before you long. I had the brother's bio, but I didn't have time to read it, so I would just like to introduce you at this time. Brother Timothy Williams. He's a member of Antioch Christian Baptist Church, Mary Hannah's church. All right. Give him a round of applause.
First of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming out, and I'd like to thank Sister Yolanda for having me. It's always an honor to stand before people and to bring forth or share information. Information is the world's greatest commodity. With that being said, I'd like to give honor to God, who is the head of my life. Pastor Lumsey, all clergymen and women of the church, all auxiliaries of the church, and to my family. And yes, we are family.
That's right. Amen.
Test my logic in regards to family. We are all of the same people. We have derived from the same and or similar circumstances and experiences.
Come on. Amen.
We come up together. We frequented one another's houses. We went to school together, we played together, we partied together. Today, possibly there's some people in this room that even work together. If our children knew the bond that you and I have, this would eliminate the majority of the problems that our youth are having today.
Well,
so we got to start meeting. And not just during Black History Month.
that's right.
Because Black History Month is being made, Black History is being made every day.
That's right.
We are people that have been taken advantage of from the highest level of government to local law enforcement, politicians, etc. We have more in common than not, yet we find it difficult to wrap our minds around the concept of family. We are family. Tie family to history. History is not dead. It's just the past. And it's just as prevalent in our lives today as it was then. Life is meant to be lived forward, yet can only be understood through looking back. That reveals our connection to history. And more importantly, that our lives are intertwined. Our success is intertwined as a people. History is our greatest asset. History is best qualified to reward all research. History is best qualified to reward all research. The living word. History. Just as prevalent then as it is now.
Amen.
And weekly we meet an hour and a half, 2 hours. And this is the one thing that I come to find that we are all on one accord with. And there's a difference in being on one accord and being like-minded. But this is something we're on one accord. We may not agree with how the word is brought forth sometime, and all our interpretations are possibly different than others of the word. We might disagree about a few things, but the end result, we're all on the same page. God is ultimate. Without God, none of this is possible.
Amen.
So the objective here today is to see if we can get all on one accord every day, and not just when we're in this particular setting, in this particular building. So we want to reveal that, our situation through history tonight. We want to take a look at the breakdown of the cultural structure and where we are now. And we would like to try to get on board. So I don't want to complicate. We have a lot of young people in the audience, so let's shoot back. If we go across the border to Africa, we look at kings, queens, we have monarchy time, which is equivalent to government here. They disperse the excess surplus among the less fortunate. More importantly, they appropriate funds, tax dollars. We all pay taxes. Based on that structure and keeping it simple, there are no cousins. Friendship concept does exist, but there's brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, fathers, husbands, wives, family. That's what existed, family. We lived off the land. You plant it, I pick it, you take it to market, you get it back to the king, we appropriate those funds, we take care of some business, and we disperse. For the most part, we lived off the land, so the commerce had no factor in us eating. We could sell tobacco and cotton and live off string beans, etc.
That's right.
So it had nothing to do with whether or not we lived at that particular time or how we would live. We could all make a decent dollar. We could all wear silk. Some of the things that were important, that are important to us today, weren't as important then. We did everything together. If you wanted a house, we'd all get together and build it on the weekend. The most we could expect, because we all worked and took care of business, was a great meal, a feast. And we built it there. So we had architects, millwrights on this structure. We had carpenters. We had formal welfare. The man was sick to get the spoils from the field. But we did everything together and as a family. Now, we are transported and migrated to this particular country. For the most part, at that time, we couldn't even speak the language. So after land and being sold to various plantations, I want you to really think about it. Somebody says to you, you don't even speak the language. I want you to do this and I'll say that. After being beaten in submission and acting out that thought, thus has become the learning process, like the laugh, rap, and the laugh. So here's a bold people that have made us into, if not their image, a image that would have a stigma attached to it that would follow us for the rest of our days. With that teaching being perpetuated and others coming behind us to this country and us learning what it takes to make it and how to integrate or assimilate, we had some guys with the Kunta Kinte spirit. We didn't want to hear that, because we know what that will bring forth. It's the same way today with us in here trying to be the best life that we possibly can. And when we walk out to the street corner, after this being perpetuated, this being the right way with God, they don't want to hear that. So we have the same challenge today. We would like to try to bridge the gap from the street corner to this particular building. That's our objective. One accord. One accord. Family. Family. That's important. That's not a term that I take loosely with. Family. If I call you family, there's not too many things that I wouldn't do for you. Family. We make sacrifices for one another to get to the next level. Now, after the process being perpetuated in regard to the teaching in this particular country, for the most part, we've disposed the thoughts of others for so long, we become basically the extent of that which we think. For the most part, a lot of us are white in blackface. If the spirit is our life force and we have no idea who we are, how in the world do we maximize the potential of that spirit? So when we're in accordance with God, we're in accordance and all in accordance working together, when we are on the one, it's not about what I require or what I have or who I am. It's always about the children doing a little bit better than we have and getting just a little bit more than we got out of the overall equation. That was missing. Youthism and wisdom, youthism without wisdom, rather, is complete chaos. They need us and we need them to carry on the dream. But now it's like being immune to death. It happens so much. we're on this no, no, no. You see a bum get a job. Let me tell you something. It's going to take a little more love. It's going to take a little more practicing of what we say we stand for today to hit core. Malcolm X once said one of the tragic flaws of the movement was trying to organize a sleeping people around specific goals. So we got to get together and enlighten and uplift and educate and push and guide our children. We have to become willing sacrifices for them. A lot of us, if we leave here today, there's no telling where our children are going to go. Push them out there. Get them on the right path. Let them fall now while we're here to help them. Because if we're not there, imagine what happens to them. So we need to begin to start meeting more often, more regularly, not just during Black History Month. And the reason is because we need one another. Our lives intertwined. If I'm coming to private right now, and you guys don't love me, I'm going to be broke. Nobody's success is individual. No one. So if I'm running around saying, well, hey, I really don't like this person, I don't care for you, that's an untapped resource I can't reach into in the sense of business. So everything is relationship. If we don't talk, that's just the kind of relationship we have. However, I can build off of it. It's all about building. It's all about building.